I think it was a visit to India that I did with my mother. It was visiting a charity called Women's Interlink, and in Calcutta, and these women were trafficked and were victims of slavery, and they were saved.
Two princesses, caught in the crossfire of royal scandal, their futures hanging by a thread. But what Beatrice and Eugenie did next left the palace speechless. While everyone expected them to crumble, they made a move so bold, so unexpected, that it changed the monarchy forever. What they're doing now has King Charles worried, and the truth will shock you. In the heart of London's financial district, among the glass towers and bustling tech startups, Princess Beatrice arrives at her office like thousands of other working professionals. She's not there for a ribbon-cutting ceremony or a royal visit.
I remember we had different coloured books to describe how far where your reading levels had got to, and I was always on the white books. My best friends were always on the yellow books or the green books. They were so far ahead, and I think at that stage, those moments of doubt just pop into your head.
This is her workplace, where she serves as Vice President of Partnerships and Strategy at Affinity, a global technology company. Just across town, her younger sister, Princess Eugenie, walks through the doors of Hauser & Wirth, one of the world's most prestigious contemporary art galleries, where she works as a director. These aren't honorary positions or token roles designed to keep two princesses occupied. They're real jobs with real responsibilities, and the York sisters have been quietly excelling at them for years. What makes their story particularly remarkable is that they've managed to build these careers entirely on their own merit, without drawing a single penny from British taxpayers. Unlike working royals who receive funding from the sovereign grant, Beatrice and Eugenie have always been financially independent. Their security detail was removed when they turned 18, and they've been supporting themselves ever since. It's a reality that sets them apart from many other members of the royal family, and reflects a more modern approach to what it means to be born into royalty in the 21st century. Beatrice's journey into the business world began shortly after she graduated from Goldsmiths, University of London in 2011, with a degree in history and history of ideas. She earned a respectable 2-1, having overcome significant challenges with dyslexia throughout her education. Her first steps into the professional world included a stint at Selfridges, where she worked as a sales assistant, and later positions in finance and business development. These weren't glamorous roles designed to pad a resume. They were genuine learning experiences that gave her insight into how businesses operate at every level. By the time she joined Affinity, Beatrice had developed a strong understanding of strategic partnerships and business development. At the company, she manages relationships with senior business leaders around the world and has been instrumental in developing programs that support women in leadership positions. It's work that aligns with her personal values and allows her to make a tangible difference in an industry that has historically struggled with gender equality. According to reports from Companies House, she took her entrepreneurial spirit even further in August 2025, when she co-founded Purpose Economy Intelligence Limited with Luis Alvarado Martinez, a Spanish executive who has worked with the World Economic Forum. Beatrice holds a 45% stake in the company, which focuses on software and consulting services. But Beatrice's ambitions don't stop there. In 2022, she founded another venture called BuyEc Limited, an advisory group that works at the intersection of emotional intelligence and artificial intelligence. The concept is forward-thinking and addresses one of the most pressing questions of our time. How do we maintain human connection and empathy as technology becomes increasingly integrated into our daily lives? Financial records show that while the company made modest profits in its first year, it saw significant growth by 2024, with earnings jumping to approximately $670,000. These aren't the ventures of someone playing at being a businesswoman. They're the projects of someone genuinely invested in building something meaningful. Eugenie's path has been equally impressive, though it followed a different trajectory. After graduating from Newcastle University with a degree in English literature and history of art, she found her calling in the art world. She initially joined the auction house Paddle 8 before moving to Hauser & Wirth in 2015, where she's remained ever since. the gallery represents some of the most significant contemporary and modern artists in the world. And Eugenie's role involves everything from curating exhibitions to building relationships with collectors and artists. In a documentary about the National Gallery released in 2024, she spoke passionately about art and its power to connect people across cultures and generations. What's particularly noteworthy about both sisters is that they've managed to maintain these demanding careers while also fulfilling certain royal obligations. They're not full-time working royals, which means they don't have the packed schedules of engagements that occupy their cousins Prince William and Catherine, but they do show up when it matters. They attend family events, support various charities, and occasionally represent the royal family at specific functions. It's a delicate balance, and one that requires careful navigation. Royal commentators have often described them as relatable and grounded, qualities that aren't always associated with members of the royal family. They don't live in palaces or rely on staff to manage their daily lives. Beatrice divides her time between an apartment at St. James's Palace in London and a family home in the Cotswolds, while Eugenie splits her time between London and Portugal, where her husband Jack Brooksbank works in property development. They take public transportation when it makes sense. They shop at regular stores. They live lives that, aside from the occasional tiara and palace garden party, look surprisingly normal. This approach has earned them respect from people who might otherwise be skeptical of the monarchy. In an era where many Britons question the relevance of royal institutions, Beatrice and Eugenie represent a different model. They demonstrate that it's possible to be born into privilege and still choose to work hard and contribute meaningfully to society. They didn't simply accept the titles they were given at birth and coast on their family name. Instead, they've used their positions to open doors, and then they've proven they deserve to walk through them. According to Hello magazine, a friend of the sisters explained their philosophy quite simply. They both believe in the institution and what the royal family represents, and they've always been willing to do their bit to support it when they can. But they also have their own lives, their own careers, and their own families to think about. They're fond of their cousins and understand the importance of duty, but they found a way to honor that duty without sacrificing their independence or their aspirations. Royal biographer Ingrid Seward, who has followed the family for decades, has noted that both women are often described as charming and approachable. They don't put on airs or act entitled, despite being granddaughters of Queen Elizabeth II. When people meet them, they're often struck by how warm and down-to-earth they are. These aren't characteristics that can be faked or performed. They come from a genuine understanding that their titles don't make them better than anyone else, just luckier in some ways and more scrutinized in others. The question of whether they might eventually take on more formal royal duties remains open. Some royal experts believe that when Prince William becomes king, he may call upon his cousins to help shoulder some of the workload. The monarchy has been steadily slimming down, with fewer working royals handling an increasing number of engagements. Beatrice and Eugenie could theoretically fill that gap. They have the training, the poise, and the public goodwill to step into more prominent roles if asked. But there's also an argument to be made that their current arrangement works precisely because they're not full-time royals. They bring a different perspective to the family, one rooted in the everyday experiences of working people. They understand deadlines and office politics. They know what it's like to have a boss and colleagues and performance reviews. This connection to ordinary life makes them more relatable and, in many ways, more valuable to a monarchy that's trying to stay relevant in a changing world. For now, they seem content with the balance they've struck. They've built successful careers that give them purpose and financial independence. They've started families and created homes that reflect their own tastes and values. And they've done all of this while maintaining their connection to the royal family and supporting it when needed. It's a modern approach to an ancient institution, and it may well be a blueprint for what royal life looks like in the generations to come. Beyond the boardrooms and art galleries where they've built their professional reputations, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie have devoted considerable energy to causes that matter deeply to them. Their charitable work isn't the occasional photo opportunity that some might cynically expect from royals. Instead, it reflects genuine commitment to issues they've experienced firsthand or developed passionate connections to over the years. The breadth and depth of their philanthropic involvement reveals two women determined to use their platforms for something more meaningful than simply attending galas and shaking hands. For Beatrice, one of her most personal crusades has been raising awareness about dyslexia. Growing up with a learning disability herself, she understands intimately the challenges it presents in an educational system not always designed to accommodate different learning styles. She struggled through school, working with specialists to develop strategies that would allow her to succeed academically. By the time she reached her final year at St. George's School in Ascot, she'd not only overcome those challenges, but had been elected head girl, a testament to her determination and leadership abilities. In 2013, she became patron of the Helen Arkell Dyslexia Center, an organization that had supported her during her own educational journey. Speaking about her decision, she explained that she had benefited hugely from their help and wouldn't have been able to achieve her academic results without that support. It's one thing to lend your name to a charity. It's quite another to publicly discuss your own struggles and vulnerabilities in order to help others facing similar challenges. Beatrice has consistently chosen the latter path, using her story to encourage other young people with dyslexia to seek help and believe in their potential. Her work in this area extends beyond a single organization. In April 2022, serving as an ambassador for the charity Made by Dyslexia, Beatrice and her husband Eduardo participated in the First World Dyslexia Assembly, which was hosted by Prince Carl Philip of Sweden. These aren't token appearances. They involve real engagement with the issues, meeting with educators and parents and children, and advocating for better support systems in schools. More recently, Beatrice took on a patronage that emerged from one of the most challenging experiences of her life. In January 2025, she gave birth to her second daughter, Athena Elizabeth Rose, several weeks prematurely at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital in London. The experience was frightening and uncertain. In a deeply personal essay published in British Vogue, she described how routine scans had revealed that their baby needed close monitoring and how they'd needed to prepare for an early arrival. She wrote honestly about how it took more than a few weeks for the tears of relief to dry and for life with their healthy baby to feel real. That experience led her to become patron of Born, a charity dedicated to funding research into the causes of premature birth. It's the kind of patronage that carries real weight because it comes from lived experience. When Beatrice speaks about the fear and uncertainty of premature birth, she's not reading from talking points. She's sharing her own story, and that authenticity makes her advocacy all the more powerful. But perhaps the most visible of her charitable commitments is her work with the Teenage Cancer Trust, a patronage she shares with both her sister and their mother. She took on this role in June 2016, though she'd been supporting the charity for years before that, often accompanying Sarah Ferguson to events and visiting young cancer patients in hospital units. In January 2025, during a video call with fundraisers for the organization, Beatrice became visibly emotional while discussing the charity's work. She explained that she was pregnant at the time and found herself crying at everything, but the tears were also tears of inspiration at seeing what the charity accomplished for young people facing cancer. The Teenage Cancer Trust operates 28 specialist units across the United Kingdom, ensuring that teenagers with cancer receive treatment in age-appropriate environments, rather than being placed in either children's wards or adult cancer units. These facilities include gaming consoles, dedicated hangout areas, and social spaces where young patients can connect with peers who understand what they're going through. The charity organizes pizza nights and creates a more home-like atmosphere during what is otherwise an incredibly difficult time. It's exactly the kind of practical, meaningful work that both sisters have gravitated toward in their charitable endeavors. Eugenie's philanthropic focus has taken a somewhat different but equally impactful direction. One of her most significant contributions has been co-founding the Anti-Slavery Collective in 2017 alongside her best friend Julia de Boinville. The organization works to raise awareness about modern slavery and human trafficking, issues that many people assume belong to history rather than our current reality. Eugenie has been vocal about wanting to educate young people about these problems, expressing disappointment that she herself didn't learn about modern slavery until she was 21 years old. Speaking about how motherhood has influenced her work, Eugenie told the Anti-Slavery Collective that becoming a parent is the most special, mind-blowing experience of a person's life, and that her children make her world go around. But she also said that having children has made her hungrier to do the work. She wants to educate her sons and all young people about being vulnerable, sensitive, and empathetic toward each other. She doesn't want anyone to reach adulthood without understanding the realities of exploitation and trafficking that persist in our modern world. Her passion for this cause isn't abstract. In 2016, she visited a safe house run by the Salvation Army, where she met with victims of sexual abuse and modern slavery. These encounters provided her with first-hand understanding of the trauma survivors experience and the long journey toward recovery and rebuilding their lives. Since then, she's campaigned on behalf of anti-slavery organizations to groups including the United Nations, using her platform to amplify voices that might otherwise go unheard. Like her sister, Eugenie also brings personal experience to some of her charitable work. At age 12, she underwent major spinal surgery at the Royal National Orthopedic Hospital to correct scoliosis, a condition where the spine curves abnormally. The operation involved inserting 2 titanium rods, each 300 millimeters long, into her back. It was a serious procedure with a lengthy recovery, and it left permanent scars. When she married Jack Brooksbank in 2018, she deliberately chose a wedding dress with a low back that revealed those scars to the world. It was a powerful statement about embracing imperfection and refusing to hide the marks that tell our stories. The hospital where she was treated became her first official patronage in April 2012, when she agreed to support their redevelopment appeal. She's returned many times over the years, meeting with patients and staff, and using her experience to encourage young people facing similar surgeries. In 2008, she performed her first solo public engagement by opening a teenage cancer trust unit for young cancer patients in Leeds, demonstrating early on that she intended to use her position for meaningful purposes. Her interests extend into the arts as well, which makes sense given her professional background. She became patron of the Coronet Theatre in November 2016 and serves as patron of Tate Young Patrons, supporting a group of collectors, philanthropists, and art enthusiasts under 40 who contribute to conserving historic works and acquiring new pieces for the Tate collection. In 2017, she became ambassador for the Artemis Council of the New Museum, an initiative focused on supporting female artists. Both sisters also work with several organizations founded or supported by their mother. In 2018, Children in Crisis, the charity Sarah Ferguson established in 1993, merged with Street Child, a children's charity active in multiple countries. Both Beatrice and Eugenie continue to serve as ambassadors for the organization, which focuses on educating children and women in some of the world's poorest regions. They've also supported their mother's work with the Elephant Family, a conservation charity dedicated to protecting Asian elephants and their habitats. What's striking about their approach to charity work is that they've managed to maintain it alongside demanding careers and growing families. Beatrice is now mother to 2 daughters, Sienna and Athena, and stepmother to her husband's son from a previous relationship, Christopher, who goes by Wolfie. Eugenie has 2 sons, August and Ernest, with her husband Jack. According to Hello Magazine, the sisters frequently share parenting advice, calling each other during meltdowns and difficult moments to compare notes and offer support. Eugenie has spoken about how she and Beatrice ring each other constantly about the trials and tribulations of motherhood. When she posted a birthday photo of her son on social media, she called her sister first to ask what she should write in the caption. They've described motherhood as joining a club. And when your children are similar ages going through similar stages, having that built-in support system becomes invaluable. They consider themselves incredibly lucky to navigate parenthood together. The sisters manage to balance these various roles by being strategic about their time and intentional about their commitments. They're not trying to do everything or be everywhere. Instead, they focus on causes where they can make genuine contributions, where their involvement goes beyond simply lending their names. They show up, they engage, they use their platforms to draw attention to issues that might otherwise struggle for visibility, and they do it all while maintaining the careers and family lives they've worked hard to build. As the British monarchy continues to evolve and adapt to modern expectations, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie find themselves in an increasingly interesting position. They're not quite working royals in the traditional sense, yet they're clearly valued members of the family who appear at significant events and carry out charitable work. This middle ground they occupy might seem ambiguous, but it may actually represent the future of how royalty functions in the 21st century. Royal biographer Ingrid Seward, who has spent decades observing and writing about the family, believes the sisters could play a much larger role in the years to come. She suggested that when Prince William eventually becomes king, Beatrice and Eugenie could become valuable assets to the monarchy. According to Seward, the two sisters working together would be very powerful, functioning almost as a double act in the way that married royal couples often do. She's expressed confidence that they will get involved with more royal duties when the time comes, simply because William will need them. The logic behind this thinking is straightforward. The monarchy has been deliberately slimming down for years, reducing the number of working royals who carry out engagements on behalf of the sovereign. King Charles has been clear about his vision for a more streamlined institution that focuses resources on core family members. But there's a mathematical problem with this approach. Fewer royals means each person must take on more engagements, and there are only so many hours in a day. Prince William and Catherine already have packed schedules, and that workload will only increase when William becomes king. The question becomes, who can help shoulder that burden? Enter Beatrice and Eugenie. They're already comfortable with public appearances. They understand royal protocol. They've been attending family events their entire lives. Most importantly, they've built strong reputations through their professional work and charitable endeavors. According to friends quoted in Hello magazine, both sisters believe in the institution and what the royal family represents. They've always been willing to do their bit to support it when they can. Despite having commercial careers, they haven't put a foot wrong in terms of maintaining dignity and discretion. The sisters have demonstrated their willingness to step up when needed. In May 2025, they both attended a garden party at Buckingham Palace, an event where senior royals traditionally mingle with guests and represent the monarch. Eugenie was photographed looking elegant in a polka dot dress, while Beatrice has appeared at similar events throughout the year. These aren't massive state occasions, but they're important touchpoints between the royal family and the public. The fact that Beatrice and Eugenie participate in these events while maintaining their day jobs shows a flexibility that could prove invaluable. Royal expert Richard Eden has suggested that having them as full-time working royals would benefit the monarchy. He believes they will have a big role to play for the family in the future. However, there's no official plan in place yet, and neither sister appears to be pushing for expanded responsibilities. According to sources close to them, they're happy with the balance they've currently achieved. They have full-time jobs and families, and they appreciate being able to support the royals while also pursuing their own careers and interests. This measured approach has served them well. Friends describe their current strategy of keeping their heads down and quietly getting on with life as wise. In a family where every move is scrutinized and every word can become a headline, maintaining a low profile while still fulfilling obligations requires skill and discipline. The sisters have mastered this balance, appearing when needed but never seeking the spotlight or courting controversy. Their relationship with Prince William and Catherine appears to be genuinely warm. They're known to be on friendly terms with the Prince and Princess of Wales, and there's no indication of the tensions that have marked other royal relationships in recent years. This goodwill matters enormously if there's any possibility of expanded roles in the future. William would need to trust implicitly anyone who takes on more responsibility within the institution, and that trust seems to exist with his cousins. Perhaps most importantly, Beatrice and Eugenie have proven they can represent the monarchy without embarrassment or scandal. In an era when every royal misstep becomes international news, they've maintained remarkably clean records. They work hard, they support meaningful causes, they raise their children with an eye toward normalcy and privacy. They show up for family obligations without complaint, and they do it all without demanding special treatment or acting entitled. The bond between the two sisters remains central to everything they do. As Eugenie once said, "Beatrice and I have always had each other." That relationship provides a foundation of support that allows them to navigate the complexities of their unusual position. They consult each other on decisions large and small, from parenting challenges to professional opportunities to how to handle their royal responsibilities. Having someone who truly understands what it's like to be in their specific situation is invaluable. Looking ahead, the sisters seem positioned to define a new model of royal service. They've shown that it's possible to honor family duty while also pursuing independent careers and personal fulfillment. They've demonstrated that working hard and maintaining dignity earns respect regardless of titles. And they've proven that sometimes the most effective way to serve an institution is to simply live well, work diligently, and show up when it matters. Whether their roles expand in the future or remain as they are now, Beatrice and Eugenie have already made their mark as royals who successfully bridge the gap between tradition and modernity, proving that you don't need to choose between being relevant and being royal.